Hi guys, a warm welcome to you to week 2 on the Miracle Breakthrough Masterclass, and I have a great one for you this week. This one is called Disrupt What You See. Disrupt what you see. And what happened was that I got a call out the blue to go to help a team, an amazing team of ministries down in Newcastle. I was invited by Richard Vardy, his father, Sir Peter Vardy, has a great team. They go into the prisons and do amazing stuff helping the prisoners. But actually, even though they'd been working for many years, maybe a handful or two prisons were open to them, but 90% plus were closed. And so when I arrived late one night, I was in my hotel room and I was like, I'm absolutely exhausted. I hadn't prepared any notes yet and I couldn't think straight. I was just so I just lay in a slipper bath for an hour or two, went to sleep, arrived the next day. Surprise, surprise, when I opened my laptop to speak for 6-7 hours, there was still no notes. And so I did what I always do, is basically open my mouth and God fills it. One of my favorite verses in the whole of the Bible. So I just opened my mouth and began to speak. And this is what I said. Okay, guys, take your sheets of paper, your notebooks, and write this down. You and me are having a cup of tea 10 years from today. And we're looking back and we're celebrating because you've smashed the absolute number one dream in your life. You've absolutely smashed it. You've accomplished it. What does that look like? Write it down. And the amazing leaders, John and Joanna Connor, they wrote down, it was specifically Joanne wrote down, 10 years from today, I want to get a worship CD with great encouraging songs to every prisoner in England. And so once they wrote that down, you could feel the excitement in the air. But then I said, okay, there's a great verse in the Bible. It says, call those things forward that are not as though they were. So what I want you to do is reach out by faith and lay hold of that victory and pull it into 6 months. So score the 10 years out. We're going to smash this in 6 months. And you could see them like, are you kidding? We've been trying for years. So I said, no. So for the rest of the day, I just continued to teach on how to make that happen. And so no one knew that 3 months or a few months later, the pandemic lockdown would show up, and every single prisoner in England and Scotland, all 80,000, was in lockdown. And the prison authorities said, could you send anything to cheer up the prisoners? Well, I believe more than 90 to 95% of prisoners in their cells in England and Scotland during the lockdown got a large box with worship CD, some sweets and chocolate, some books on how to come off drugs and how to, send good promises of God to your children at home, and a Bible and amazing materials. Well, the impact of that was so amazing. Maybe the biggest Bible breakthrough in 100 years of prison history in the United Kingdom. That the prison authorities then came back and said, could you send something every 10 weeks to the prisoners to encourage them, maybe 25% of the prisoners at a time. And the impact this is having on the prison life, some of the most violent guys are not being violent anymore. They're spending times, you're making little friends, sending the promises and encouraging things home to their children. Some of them are even making their own little cross and wearing it. And it's almost like peace is beginning to rise in the prisons in the United Kingdom. And so I want to encourage you that by faith you can turn your life around in the same way. And I want to encourage you just to get alone with God for a short time and begin to just pray and ask God just to give you an idea of what your life would look like 10 years from today if you were able to pull off the number one thing you would like to do with your life to make this world a better place. That one thing God would love to put on your heart, and it would cause this place to be a better place. It would cause your life and your family to be in a better place. And so I want to encourage you, before the day is out, get an A4 sheet and just begin to pray and just begin to allow God to show you what life could be like 10 years from today, and show you that one thing. And equally, I would encourage you to close your eyes by faith, whether you're a strong believer or not. I've seen this happen with all kinds of people in all kinds of situations. But by faith, I want you to close your eyes and imagine that moment of celebration. Put your hands forward and pull it by faith, like Romans 4:17 says, into the next 6 months. And I'm not promising you the whole thing will have landed in 6 months, but I can assure you the rocket will have taken off, and you'll be seeing the early signs, if not all the signs, of tremendous new breakthrough miracle in your life. And I've seen this happen in the most amazing ways. And over the 7 weeks, I'm going to be sharing some more of the results. And some of these results goes into millions of human beings giving their life to Jesus. So I hope you have a great time dreaming, because God promised He can do more than you can ask or imagine. But imagination is the one thing that's used least. So I pray you have a great time with this. Have fun with it. God bless you. See you next week.